Boeing and WSU Tech are entering into a partnership aiming to train the next generation of aerospace workers. Brock Wilson is at the National Center for Aviation Training with what this means for the future of the local aviation industry.
You could say the National Center for Aviation Training is the perfect place to announce the new Boeing Workforce Training Center. It's a partnership between Boeing and WSU Tech, and its goal to bolster the aerospace manufacturing industry through specialized training only available here.
Today, we're announcing the Boeing Workforce Training Center.
The future of the aviation industry will now be rooted at WSU Tech.
This is a partnership that will develop and sustain highly skilled workforce that we need to meet our production needs and strengthen our operations right here in Wichita.
Here's how it will work. Wichita State will provide the facility, its South Campus. It will provide the instruction and training, while Boeing provides the curriculum.
It's being designed and built only for Boeing processes, procedures.
WSU Tech President Sherry Utash says the program is designed to be a pipeline into Boeing.
So we're going to do the foundational training, then they'll go to the simulation training, then they will go to the production floor.
One person that's seen firsthand the value of skilled aerospace manufacturing training is Boeing frontline manager Jeff Taylor.
If there's one thing the aviation industry has taught me, it's that the right tools, skills, expertise, and teamwork is the foundation of success.
He entered the industry as a teenager and knows this partnership is about more than just making planes.
It's about building people and changing people's destiny, as it changed my destiny when I first walked into an aircraft factory as a 19-year-old kid.
And as Boeing faces a backlog of more than 6,100 planes, leadership is confident the center will create a training model that aligns with the company's goals.
And will strengthen our ability to develop the skilled workforce we need to deliver safe, quality airplanes to our customers.
The Boeing Workforce Training Center is expected to open either later this year or early 2027. At the National Center for Aviation Training, Brock Wilson, 12 News.